is Reg Athwal and welcome to our channel and another one of our episodes where today I'm talking about VIP. In the Family Business Academy online certification program, very proud of a lot of the participants who are on Class 1 2020 program, which are almost coming to an end. So this is an episode where we can refresh ourselves on one of the modules briefly. And for those who are new to our channel, hopefully I can leave you with a few ideas and tips on building what we call your VIP, which stands for Vision, Intentions and Purpose. It's one of our toolkits, something we've been doing for almost 19 years now with family businesses around the world to help them reach alignment. Whether it's 2 members or 7 members or 55 members, what is important is to make sure that we have alignment, but at the same time, we also understand what are the aspirations and goals for every single family member. How can we bring them together with some common purpose, but also have respect for each other for the different things that each family member wants to achieve? So the VIP, the vision, is all about where are we going? What's at the end of the rainbow? What's in that treasure box? Where do we want to end up in the next 5, 10, 15, 20? And some families end up building 30 to 50-year visions. In China, there's family businesses that develop 100-year visions, also in Japan. So if you think about your business, whether you're first generation entrepreneur, already a family business, second, third, fourth generation, where do you want to be in the next 10 years? For me, that's short term. Imagine it's December 31st, 2030. We're in the room with the entire family and I'm celebrating with you, congratulating each family member, saying, well done, what a journey we've had in the last 10 years and 5 months. What are we celebrating? Where have we ended up? What's important to us now and for the next 10 years? So vision is about where are we going. Intentions, the I in VIP, is all about really short term, next 3, 6, 9, 12 months. Intentions is backed by willpower and determination. It's a strong word, intent. What must we do to get there? What must we do to get there? It's a must. It's not maybe, shall we? We'll do it next week. It's must. We've got to do it now. So in our VIP toolkit, what we map out with a family is 3, 4, 5, maximum on average around 9 things all on one sheet of the things that we need to do or achieve or what must happen short term to be on track to achieve vision, in this case 2030. So that's all about intentions, and those intentions could factor in different areas. It could be around strategy, growth, it could be around people, it could be around succession planning, it could be around the family fund, it could be grooming the next generation. So you want to make sure it covers as many areas as possible. It's not dominant just in one area within the family business or family office. And purpose is even more important. The P in VIP is all about why. Answering that big elephant in the room. Why are we doing this? Why? So I want to leave you with 10 questions that you can consider, debate, discuss, have a dialogue with your family around the dinner table this evening, tomorrow, whenever you can, and maybe answer some of these questions. Okay, here we go. So here's my 10 key questions. Number 1, what does each family member need and desire? Short term, medium term, long term. What does each family member need and desire? Short term, medium term, long term. That's question 1. Question 2, what are the human need priorities for each family member? I'm sure some of you have come across Maslow's hierarchy model. There's other models that have evolved where there's Wi-Fi now, which is ahead of security. But let's go through very briefly, to do with question number 2, the 10 different human need areas. They're not in any specific order. I'm just giving them to you as I've got them. So number 1 could be around security, safety, certainty. And that will show up in different ways. We're not just talking about the roof above your head, shelter. We're talking security in many other ways. Security could be linked to the job role that somebody has, and whether they've got clarity in that area, whether there's certainty or they've got doubt about the future. So number one in the human needs list would be around security, safety, certainty. Number two would be around financial net worth and value. You could split those up as an A or B with number two. Financial net worth, where do we want to be in the future when it comes to our financial net worth? And that's not just from an ego point of view, because maybe that's linked to security. Maybe it's linked to having a foundation that supports future generations. The 2B is around value contribution. What type of value contribution do we want to create? Number three in the list of human needs would be around significance for the ego or reputation and status. And I remember working with a group managing director once where it was really important to make sure that he had that title. And also working with a chairman in a group saying, it doesn't matter what happens with succession planning, I'm not giving up my chairman designation until I drop dead. So what's important to each family member when it comes to significance? Ego is part of that. Reputation, how do they want their reputation to look and be in the future? And status, what comes up when you start thinking about the word status? Next one could be important in terms of human needs, would be around variety of work or new skills that people want to develop. Number five, job satisfaction and enjoyment of work. How would that show up? What needs to be in my job role within the family business for me to experience satisfaction, for me to feel enjoyment and joy for my work? That's a question that we need to answer. Working conditions and environment. I've talked about this in another one of my episodes in Millionaire Mistakes, my own journey in life, around what environment works for certain people and certain environments don't work for others. So sometimes your working conditions and environment is really important, especially the innovators and creators, the entrepreneurs in a family business. Number seven, vision and growth, which is linked back to the VIP. Appreciation and recognition, that could be important to someone. Sense of belonging, love and connection. And finally, shared values, contribution to helping others. So those are 10 areas that you can explore when I'm talking about human needs, linked to question number two with the VIP, which is what are the human needs for each person in the family. If you go through those 10 areas on human need list, where does everybody rank themselves? What has a higher weightage for certain family members? Maybe you can have that type of discussion, because security for me may not, could be important for me, but it may not be important for my spouse. Variety of work could be really important for my son, but for my daughter, having the contribution to others and helping the community could be more important. For my other child, it could be all around love and connection and having a sense of belonging. So these are things that we need to factor in. Let's move on to the main VIP list. Number three question, what is important to each family unit? So for those of you already at a multi-generational family business structure, you have many husband and wife teams, as I call it, with children. We refer to those as a family unit. One family unit would be a husband and wife, two people with their children. That's one family unit. What does each family unit want to achieve? Because one family unit compared to another family unit may be thinking about something completely different. It reminds me of alignment where once I went into a family business, 3 members are there, and I was going through these questions, and the first person says, hey, I want to build $1 billion company, and we want to float the business. We want to be listed on a certain exchange. The second family member, I asked him a question. He said, we don't want to do that. We just want to have steady growth. We don't want any debt. We just want to be profitable and make sure that our minimum lifestyles are managed for now and the future. And then I got to the next generation member in the same room, and he says to me, I don't even want to be here. I want to build a tech company. I want to build a startup. I don't want to be in this family business manufacturing legacy company. Get me out of here. So all 3 of them were at disalignment. They were not aligned. And this is why it was really important to go through the VIP exercise with them to get to a point where actually we could accommodate all 3 of them. We could end up building $1 billion company focused on certain businesses and spin off other businesses which could look after the lifestyle but not connected to this $1 billion growth vision that one of them has. And we could incubate a brand new business working with the next gen member, still linked to the overall structure and getting support and getting the resources and support from the group company. So there's always a way of doing it, but you've got to ask the right questions first to understand, what do people really want? What do they need? What's important to them? Let's move on. What will make each family member really happy? Ultimately, isn't that what we want? We launched a new show on our channel recently called Family Business Soul with our first episode. You must go and check that out with Prash, really great guy from UK, talking about happiness, enjoyment, well-being. And isn't that what it's all about at the end of the day? It's not all about money. Money we're only going to use to do certain things, but ultimately, whether it's our job role, whether it's with our family, unity, and all these things, building our legacy, building companies, starting new things, it's all about happiness. So what will create more happiness for you? What's important to you to have more happiness in your life? Number 5, what is each family member's version of business success? As the example I've already given you, everyone may have a different interpretation of what success looks like. Number 6, what do we all really want to do, have, and become? 3 key words. What do we want to do in our life? What do we want to have? Okay, and who do we want to become? These are very, very important questions to answer. There's almost 3 sub-questions there. Number 7, what family fund reserves do we want to build up? What's your reserve policy? You want to make sure from the profits from your business, certain part of that is put into a reserve fund. Some people refer to it as a family fund. And then you can decide on how that's used. If there's $1 million in there or $10 million in there or even $100,000 in there as you build it up, there could be a certain percentage that's used for emergencies. Certain percentage could be used for future healthcare, education. Certain percentage could be for buying a second home or having a guest home or another home in another country for the family. There's many things that you can consider here, but this question is all around what family fund reserves do we want to build up and why? Number 8, what do we want to be known for locally and globally? Okay, if we're celebrating each other 10 years from now, 20 years from now, this is what we've achieved. Why? Why are we celebrating? When it comes to our reputation, what are we known for? Our family name is known for what? Our company name is known for what? This is a really great question. You can end up spending 2-3 hours just debating this one around the dinner table with the family members. What is the family celebrating 100 years from now? Only 3% of family businesses get to 4th generation and build a 100-year legacy. 3%. So if you want to be in the 3% club, or you're already there and you want to make sure it continues to 8th generation, what are we going to be celebrating in the next 100 years? It's important to have that image. Because if you can have that image, get an artist to maybe paint that, put it on a canvas, draw it, and you can picture that, everyone is aligned to, wow, that's what we're going to be celebrating 100 years from now. And lastly, how much money do we need to make all of the above happen? Everything I've just gone through so far, what's the magic number? We need to know what is the magic number that we need to achieve as a family to make sure all our human needs are met. And we're very, very clear now what our vision looks like, what are things that need to happen to get there, and more importantly, the purpose, why are we doing this? For those of you who know our group company, RTS Global Partners, our strapline is one family, one legacy. Our purpose is all integrated into those 4 words. One family, one legacy, helping as many families as we can around the world, one family at a time, and making sure we give them as much as possible, whether it's expertise, advisory services, education, tips, video content, whatever we can to make sure that they have their legacy intact and make sure it goes from one generation to the next. One family, one legacy. Having unity, having harmony. So there's a lot behind those words, but we're clear on what that purpose looks like. Then we have Family Business Academy, our spin-off business, which is our institution, our academy. We have a membership there. We also have an online certification program. We have an advanced practitioner program. So for those of you interested, go to familybusiness.academy and find out more. And in fact, if you're watching this video in the month of July here in 2020, our next program starts in August for 2020, and they'll be running every 3 months. So go and check that out if you want to know more about being certified in the family business space. And when it comes to that brand, our strapline is empowering family businesses, giving them the tools, educating them, giving them what they require in their family business toolbox so they can go and work on many of these things that we're sharing on our channel. So that's pretty much it for today's episode. VIP, vision, intention, purpose, 10 key questions that you need to answer. Maybe go through the video again with your family members, and then don't forget the sub area of one of those questions, which was all around the 10 human needs. Maybe you could get each family member to rate themselves from 0 to 10 in each of those 10 human need areas. It's an interesting exercise. You'll learn a lot from each other. And definitely come back, hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel and definitely tell others about what we're doing. We've got over 12 different show themes now on the channel, focusing on different things, whether it's content that I'm delivering and also interviewing great experts and fantastic guests who are running family businesses from around the world on one of the other episodes. So go and check it out. See you again soon. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.